Hey, Theo, this is Will. I called about a year ago. My daughter, Eliana, was born.
Oh, man, congratulations on that 1-year-old you got now, man. That's a beautiful treat, man. My buddy just had a kid about maybe 9 weeks ago or something. And he sent me a picture of it, and it looked like a damn little ghost. A little scared little fella, but still beautiful, man. Amen. Let's hear it.
Appreciate that, by the way, having me on the show. I just wanted to kind of ask your thoughts about the Crystalia situation, because I heard you and Bobby talking about that last week. And I was thinking to myself, if one of my buddies got into some deep stuff, some trouble, and he said, like, hey, I didn't do that, that wasn't me, like, I'd want to back him. Obviously, the Crystalia situation is pretty deeper than that. But, I mean, you even said, like people were mad about him talking to a 22-year-old. So, like, maybe it's not as bad as it cracked up to be. I don't know much about it, to be honest. I just know the base facts. So, I don't know, man. Do you ever feel bad about not backing him? Like,
well, I appreciate your question, man. I mean, there's, you know, and yeah, me and Bobby were talking about this the other day on the episode, and I think I back Chris. You know, like, I check in with him. You know, I probably should check in with him again. You know, Chris doesn't communicate a ton with me. We never have communicated like a great deal, like our friendship. You know, we haven't had like a deep friendship. I think he's one of the funniest guys that I know. I don't know the extent of everything that's gone on either. You know, I don't know the extent. Do I believe everything that do I believe that the articles that people have written, like, a lot of it seems like hit pieces to me, you know, but also I don't know everything about it. You know, I feel like, it's really tough, you know, because people do everything now for clickbait. It's really tough. But I do know that that it's tough for a lot of his friends and a lot of his associates and coworkers to know what to say or do, because he hasn't really said much. So I think in a weird way, we're all kind of not waiting to hear from him. I mean, and he did say his piece. There was an article that he had, or that was about, like, his side of the story and his thoughts on it. And, you know, I don't know if there's like legal stuff that he's facing. I don't know. And some of it's interesting because it's like, it's not my, you know, like, it's not my responsibility to, or it's none of my business to bother him about any of that. You know, I check in and say, hey, you know, how are you doing? You know, thinking of you. I don't look at, I mean, the media often looks at people as one-dimensional. Oh, they're just this. Or that's how it seems a lot of times. But I mean, I support my friends as much as I love them. You know, I want him to be able to work. I'm grateful that he has a family right now, that he has a wife and kid, and that he has people that are close to him to support him and people to keep him hopeful and excited. You know, I don't know what a lot of his behaviors were. Like, really know. You know, I don't know. I don't go, you know, so it's like, you know, yeah, I have their back. I have my friends' back. I mean, a lot of everything we do, you don't see it on podcasts. You don't always hear about it. There's also a lot of guys are afraid, and a lot of people are afraid, I think, just of, you know, of a lot of just, you know, are they going to be written an article about next, even if some of the stuff, it doesn't even have any validity. It's scary. It makes me feel uncomfortable. It makes me feel scared to even talk about. Like I have to watch my words. Because there's people out there that want to take people's livelihood away. But then also, if people did something that is illegal, then I feel like that they should be held accountable for it. But I don't feel like people that if they did something illegal, that damns them as someone that I should care about, or that there's not more to them as a person. I mean, dude, we're all like just messed up creatures trying to frickin' balance right between the sand and the water. So, it's tricky out there. It's tricky out there. It's tricky in here. It's tricky inside of ourselves, man. It's tricky everywhere. But when people say you didn't back him, what does backing someone look like? I mean, I've let him know that I love him. I've let him know that, I'm here for him. I've let him know that if he feels like he has an issue or with anything, that he's welcome to, I go to different meetings for all types of stuff. So he's welcome to come with me anytime he wants to, but I appreciate the reminder. Maybe I should check in with him again and just, remind him that people think about him, that people care about him. I texted Callan the other day and told him, to keep his head up. Just as I would text any of my friends or communicate with any of my friends who have something bad happen to them. Just as I'm sure like the accusers or the victims of the alleged incidents or their friends are supporting them. I don't know. I'm just human, man. I don't know.
Good evening, good afternoon, and other times. Thanks for watching that video you just saw. I mean, it was okay. But the next video you could watch could be way better. What if you watch a video right now that changes your life? Well, you could. Watch this one. Or watch this one. Watch this one. Watch this one. Watch this one. Ah!